Okay, we're starting to dig where we plan to put a Hugelkultur mound. We're going to dig some dirt out, throw some trees in, and then bury them with dirt, and they'll work like sponges for us. This is on the west side of our clearing. So we're going to run from the stump where Jamie's at, down over to this smaller stump by this tree to start with. And then eventually it should run farther to the north, over towards those pallets that way.
So we've dug a little bit. This end is not quite as deep as that end down there. Neither one is super deep, but we're thinking that this pond, once it's built here, kind of where all those leaves accumulate, we can take a runner off of that and run it into this Hugel mound to pull water into there and keep that nice and moist. So drier stuff maybe will go on this end, which will dry out a little quicker, and moister stuff down there. So it's our first one, figuring it out. Alright, so we wanted to go a little higher with our wood. We've dug down in a little ways, so the wood has got some underground, but the issue is we don't really have a lot of dirt, and we haven't been here long enough to have a big bucket of compost available. We didn't go buy any. It's still really early in the season. It's April 15th. Used to be tax day, to now it's going to be April. The giraffe has her baby day. And so we're going to go out to the front clearing and get a lot of the big marsh grasses to put over the wood in hopes that that'll help us kind of fill some of the gaps and get the dirt to stick a little bit better to what we have going on here. And then we've got this dirt, which is pretty loose and pretty good. And then we've got a little bit of dirt that came with some of the plants. And my goal is to have a little bit of my brand new rhubarb from Connie here, and then we're going to try to get the pea trellis in between these logs, so that might hold that up, hopefully not tear everything down. And then on the end maybe we'll put some greens or something in. We're still trying to figure it out, but this is our first bed, and it is not the best sun as far as afternoon. All these trees are going to eventually shade this out, but it gets probably the best morning sun with the clearing here. Alright, so we went down and got some grasses in the back of the truck there from the clearing out front. And Danny and I picked up the 2 pea trellises that we made. We took the larger one and reinforced it with some wire to hopefully keep it nice and together, and then jammed it into these logs. I'm going to show them a little bit. Yeah, pretty good, I think. So once we get the grasses and the dirt and everything on top of here, I think it'll be in there pretty nice, and hopefully it'll hold up, and we'll have some fancy dancy snow peas pretty soon. We have our straw down. Well, not really straw. It's I guess, I don't know, what's the definition of straw? Dried grasses? It's basically we're realizing we have a lot of resources right here on the property. So rather than buy straw, we raked up the marsh grasses from down in the clearing by where we're going to put the greenhouse, down more in the wetlands area. And now we're just wetting it down to kind of get it to lay down a little bit before we put the dirt on top. But this should give the dirt something to hang on to and give another little added layer of decomposition in our pile.
Jamie is packing in the sod that we pulled first, because it's still kind of chunky and it's easier to work with, to brace the trellis into place. And then we'll use the loose dirt and this other pile of sod to work our way out from there both directions. Where this mound is setting, it will get good morning sun on the side out here where I am, and then some afternoon sun. Once the trees fill in, it'll be less, it'll be more shaded on the backside. But we can also dig a small swale to run from over there, where you can see that little depression is where the pond will be, and allow it to run over and feed this from that direction.
Well, it looks like we've got it pretty much in place. We have our rhubarb down here, and I've mulched over it. You might be able to see the little red head there, but I'm kind of trying to protect it, make sure we're going to keep moisture in there with him. We put some of the good dirt from Connie's, the turd dirt, in the bottom of the hole, and hopefully they'll be in good shape. Next we have, I don't know if I'll plant something in here, maybe. We'll see if there's going to be room. But we planted our sugar snap peas. We've got three different varieties. I'm not sure what this last kind was, just something we planted before and saved. And I'm not sure how old the seeds are, so we'll see what kind of germination rates we get. But I've got them on the front and the back side of the trellis. I imagine the front guys will really outpace those back ones, but we'll see what happens. And then on this end, we're gonna probably put in some lettuce. Not quite yet, but maybe soon. And maybe some kale on this end. Maybe we'll put a sunchoke in there. We'll see. Anyway, we're getting there.